I'm not.
Either last night or today.
Oh, they.
So,
Like, I walked in person.
so they get my house.
I have it all printed. All I have to get is like the.
Yes, it's just this because we need a Google Doc. So yeah, grab the platform from Kevin. Give it to you. That's, I think this is a fair comparison. Right side. So it should be good.
But okay, I have a contact for so if we ever need to talk to her, she's willing. One of our dealers that are here, not his wife. Her husband works for DSI.
Yeah, you know, it's done. So we're giving some questions, which I sent out to them on the screen.
What's that? Last time we did that, we went over to follow people from every corner of the organization. Follow people from every corner of the organization. Jeez, you can. You can work on that. Give me a arrow system.
I tried to get the people to take
And now they're all in there. Yeah. Like half the people right now. Just see these troubles, which is anybody else. But if you get 2 hours, you can do it. I'll take John keep this thing really well.
Hey, that was all? Yes, sir. That's where they convene, right? No doubt. Right.
But it's like literally you can see from that side.
email back as Roberta. All you can do
We got
Somebody
that.
texted me, he said,
You're a mean dog.
Oh, careful. You're good.
yeah. Cold? Technology. I was thinking of it's just a final. Make money. It's not their vote.
I'll fix it.
Good morning. Grab my notebook. Hold on a second. My notebook's missing.
It's like a junior high dance in here.
Raise your hand if you got it.
Good morning. Thank you all for being here today. For those that I don't know, I'm Ken Babby, owner and CEO of the Akron RubberDucks.
Jim Fander, President and General Manager of the Akron RubberDucks.
I'm John Demler, President and CEO of 717 Credit Union.
Mayor Shama Smollett.
Thank you guys for being here. I just want to start for a moment, and as we sort of approach the final week of the season and the regular season this weekend here in Akron, and thank everybody for what's been another incredibly successful season of great Akron RubberDuck baseball here at Canal Park. And that is obviously not just because of the hard work of the staff and the players and everybody that goes to make affordable family fun here at the ballpark a success, but it's a statement as much to the community and for everybody here throughout Akron that has made for so many years the success of what happens inside the walls of this building so special. So we just want to take a moment and thank everybody. So it's an interesting moment in the sort of evolution of this amazing franchise. You know, we look out, and I found myself looking out over the field this morning and thinking about the great commitment that the city of Akron made when we needed new seats in the ballpark. And I looked up at the lights that are on this morning and said, boy, when Major League Baseball required an improved lighting standard, we went to the city of Akron and they stood up, and the mayor and his predecessor stood up and was always there to help us. The club, of course, has also made significant investments, more than $11 million privately back to the building in terms of the spaces that we sit in, the spaces downstairs, improvements in the suite level, and of course, as we showcased for the very first time this year, one of the largest video boards in all of AA baseball, which debuted and our fans have enjoyed all season, which we've been incredibly proud to share. But I also go back to the very beginning of this building and the history, and back to 1997 and Mayor Pasquale's vision, such a bold vision at that time, to bring baseball, to bring a brand new ballpark, to rejuvenate downtown right here on Main Street in Akron. And as we all know, as we travel the country and see other minor league ballparks, you know, minor league ballparks are often built on the outskirts of town, on fairground roads and gravel roads in the outskirts of town. And for the city to have the vision to build Canal Park right here where we sit today on Main Street, downtown, to rejuvenate the community, to bring businesses downtown, to make this a wonderful city to work, live, and play, it was a testament to that vision all those years ago. And I look out at the ballpark, and I look out at the brick, and I look at the experience that we've been able to deliver for so many years. And I'm incredibly proud of what Akron RubberDuck baseball stands for, what Canal Park means to Northeast Ohio, and what it means to Akron. And that's probably what makes today probably so special for all of us. What's iconic about a ballpark is not the bricks and mortar and the concourse or even the concessions, although we've got the best, I think, in baseball. It is the people and the relationships and the fans and the partnerships and the people that you get a chance to meet with you when you come through the gates and you come to a game, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's your business colleagues, and whether it's your close colleagues or folks that you're building relationships. And from time to time, over the course of our time here in Akron, you have the pleasure to meet people and you say, these are really good people, and these are people you want to be doing business with. And that happened from the very first time that I met my friend John Demler and the team at 717 Credit Union. Our relationship with 717 started over a cup of coffee in this very room. And John explained to me his vision for where he saw his credit union going and how important Northeast Ohio was to the future of 717, and how his employees and how his staff strive to invest deeper in Akron to make this a better place to work, live, and play, to invest in financial literacy, to invest in housing, to invest in the community. And we couldn't think of a better partner to lean forward with as we push forward the future of Akron RubberDuck baseball and, of course, the future of this ballpark and the place that we call home. A partner like 717 is like a marriage. And a marriage is one here where when a brand and a business organization say that they're going to be long-term partners, it's really important to get it right. And I could tell in the series of meetings that we've had over the course of the next few weeks and months that this was the right partner. This was the right moment, and that 717 should be and will be the naming rights partner of the Akron RubberDucks, and Canal Park, pending approval from the city of Akron and city council, which we will schedule, Canal Park will become 717 Ballpark, and we are incredibly proud of that moment. You want to share the video? We're going to share a short video, and then we'll be back.
Akron isn't just a city, it's a community, a place where businesses thrive, families grow, and memories are made. The Akron RubberDucks are more than just a baseball team. They're a cornerstone of this community. For decades, this ballpark has been more than a place to watch a game. It's been a gathering place, a catalyst for downtown vibrancy, and a symbol of Akron's spirit. Introducing 717 Credit Union Park, where community, business, and baseball come together. For over 70 years, 717 Credit Union has helped people turn dreams into reality. Whether it's buying a first home, growing a small business, or saving for the future. Now, with 717 Park, this commitment goes even further. This isn't just about putting a name on a stadium. It's about becoming part of the heartbeat of Akron and Kansas, supporting families, strengthening businesses, building something bigger than banking. And with this partnership, 717 is expanding its presence, growing its brand, and deepening its connection across Northeast Ohio. Together, we'll create opportunities for businesses to grow, for families to plan for their futures, and for every game to be a celebration of community, connection, and possibility. Because this isn't just a ballpark, it's home.
I'm going to introduce my good friend John Demler here, the CEO, and his team is here. We're all excited to celebrate this incredible moment, but it didn't happen without incredible collaboration from the city, from Innovative Partnerships Group, from our team, from John's team. So we'll talk a little bit about how this all came together and celebrate what this means, of course, for the city. But before I introduce John and give him a chance to talk about this moment, I want to turn it over to our mayor, Mayor Malik. And Mayor, thank you for the commitment, not only that you've made to Akron, to the Rubber Ducks, to this partnership. When John first visited Akron, their first visit here, I called the mayor up and I said, and by the way, I think I gave you about an hour's notice. I said, can you come down? We've got a Sprinter van. We've got these incredible new friends and partners. I want them to see everything there is to see about our incredible community and how it's growing and your plans for it. By the way, he's a great tour guide for the city. So if you ever need friends to show, but Mayor Malik, thank you for everything that you've done for us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our innovative AV system here. No, this truly is an exciting day for the city of Akron. I've been coming here my whole life, and this truly is an amazing ballpark, and this partnership is going to take it to the next level. What Ken and Jim and the whole team here at the Rubber Ducks have done has been amazing. I was actually just thinking you were talking about relationships. I remember when we met, it was here at a game in the stands. Our mutual friend Jacob, whose birthday is today, introduced us. And I also remember the day not too long ago when John and I met here, and a group of folks had come out from the Mahoning Valley, and Ken did not give me that much notice. It was a very impromptu tour, but it was easy to brag about downtown and Main Street because there's so much vitality and energy and excitement that has really been anchored by this institution, by this facility, but that we're seeing at Lock 3, that we're seeing all up and down Main Street, from the north end and Luigi's all the way to the south end by Goodrich, and especially with this, which is really the heart of our downtown. I can't say enough good things about 717 Credit Union. And John and his team have been warm and exciting and inviting and have really listened and learned about Akron, but also shared a lot about their commitment when it comes to housing, when it comes to financial literacy and access. And so we, as a city, are excited not only for the naming rights of this building, but also for the opportunity for a deeper collaboration and expanded access to financial services that John and the team are going to help put together. So with that, turn it over to 717 President CEO John Demler.
Thank you, Mayor. And thank you, Ken and Jim. This partnership means a lot to me. And, Mayor, when you were giving us the tour of downtown, seeing all of the work that your administration is doing for the downtown revitalization, that ignited a passion in us. And we wanted to be part of that. And we knew that being part of Akron and the catalyst for that for us was to call the Rubber Ducks our home. And so we're thrilled to expand our partnership with the Rubber Ducks, going from the official credit union partner of the Akron RubberDucks to having this be 717 Credit Union Park. 717 has been around for nearly 70 years. We got our founding in Warren, Ohio. And if you go back to our founding, it was a handful of Packard Electric hourly workers that reached into their pockets and put $75 into a cigar box, and that formed 717 Credit Union. And those first members of the credit union, they sought something different than what they were getting from financial services at the time. They wanted a financial advocate. They wanted a financial partner. They wanted a place to call home, and they formed 717 Credit Union. And today we are over just under $2 billion in assets, 120,000 members. We have 12 branches in Northeast Ohio, and by 2030, we'll be adding another 12 branches. We have a branch in Canton, Kent, Ravenna, out here in Stark, Summit, and Portage counties. And we're going to have 12 branches from Canton to the tip of Cleveland by 2030. And Akron sits right at the heart of that. So this is important for us to be part of the community. Having the naming rights to the stadium is exciting, but it's really more about establishing roots in the city and becoming part of the fabric of this community. That's what we're about. And I know not everyone is familiar with what a credit union is. So I will say, I'll give a couple of things about why I think we're special. For start, as a credit union, we are not for profit, and we do not have customers, we have members. And our members are owners of the credit union. And because we are not for profit, that generally means that we offer higher yields on our deposits, lower rates on our loans, and we charge fewer fees. And a great example of that is our Akron RubberDucks credit card, which we think is the best credit card in the country. For average credit card interest rates in the country are over 20%. And our credit card has rates, regular rates, as low as 7.17%. And we offer that rate to everyone that qualifies for the card for balance transfers and purchases made in the first 90 days. And that rate doesn't go away in 6 months or 12 months. That rate is for the life of those balances until they're paid off. And with no balance transfer fees, no cash advance fees, no annual fees, it is a credit card product designed to get people out of debt. And that's kind of a difference with how we approach our financial services, and something that we're really proud of. But being part of the Akron RubberDucks and being part of downtown Akron here, knowing what the stadium means to the downtown vibrancy, we want to ensure that 717 Credit Union Park remains an economic anchor for the city and a beacon of fun for families and for the games here at the park. So we're super excited and very happy to be partners.
A beacon of fun. I like that. I'm going to use that. That's fantastic. We've been going with affordable family fun. Maybe we go with beacon of fun. I like that. So what happens next? How does this sort of all work out, right? So as a next step, we will approach City Council. There are, I believe, a few members that are here today, so thank you for being here. City Council will have a chance to review and approve the name of this ballpark pursuant to our lease with the city, and so we'll do that in short order. Major League Baseball obviously will have to approve this, and we'll get that paperwork in front of them as soon as possible. And so we anticipate a swift and smooth approval with both the city and with Major League Baseball. And then this offseason, the signage starts to go up. You'll start seeing signs change to 717, which will be a really exciting moment as you see the evolution of this partnership really take flight on April 2nd, on opening day next year, when for the first time, fans will have the opportunity to walk into this building and it will be known as 717 Credit Union Park. And so that's sort of a little preview into the months ahead. I would also just share, because I think it's important when you see these types of partnerships announced, what does it mean? What is it beyond just signage, beyond the wonderful things that John's talking about that 717 is going to do in Akron? Partnerships like this are what allow us to maintain affordable family fun. $5 tickets, $2.50 hot dogs, right? Who else is doing that? No, I don't think anybody's doing $5 tickets and $2.50 hot dogs. I think it's a function of our commitment towards affordability and accessibility here in Akron. And we are committed to doing that for many, many years to come. And the reason we're able to do that is because of partnerships of what 717 has committed to being able to make this possible. So we want to thank John, his team, on behalf of Jim and I and our entire team here in Akron. This is a momentous occasion, not only for this building, but for our city, for our franchise. We've never had a naming rights partner here in this building before, going all the way back to the very first game in 1997. And we found the right one. We took our time. We were careful, and I couldn't be more thrilled about the future of this relationship. John, thank you so much.
All right, at this time, we'll open it up to questions. They gave me the hard part here, so. Yes, sir.
Hi, Joe Scalzo with Cranes Cleveland. Can you share the length and the value of the deal?
Yeah, well, naming rights agreements, generally the terms are not disclosed publicly, but this is a long-term, multi-year partnership between 717 and the RubberDucks.
Have there been other naming rights offers in the past?
Yeah, we've had conversations with various institutions over the years, and the alignment and fit of this partnership is the right fit for the RubberDucks and for 717. I'll let John speak to the process that they went through, but it's a really careful, almost surgical-like process to find a partner that you're willing to sit side by side and co-brand your brand with. They're personal, they're relationship driven, and they have to be aligned with the right goals to make the right impact on the community. And I think we were thoughtful. Look, I've been in Akron, and Jim and I have been doing this here since the 2013 season, and we sit here at the end of the 2025 season. So that should speak to how careful and I think methodical we were about finding the right partner. And we couldn't be more thrilled to have 17 John and his team with us in that capacity. So this is a really big day for the Akron RubberDucks and for 717.
Can you talk a little bit more about some of the rejections, not necessarily names, but why they weren't good fits, why this one is?
Yeah, I think it's about alignment. It's about alignment of values. It's the values that the Akron RubberDucks stand for, our core values that we put right in the concourse of our building. You can see them at home plate. You can see them everywhere we go. Those are the values that we stand by. And when we sat down with John and his team and really understood what was important for him and for his organization, and there are many great leaders from the 717 team that are here today, we just felt good about that alignment. I would say it was a little bit of dating at first. We had to get to know each other, have a few meals together, be chaperoned on a tour around the city by the mayor. And you could just tell it was the right fit. And we couldn't be more thrilled.
How far along did you get with other partners before deciding that they weren't right?
Yeah, I think we've got a lot of great partners that you see in the building, and they're great partners, the Akron RubberDucks.
Sure, naming rights specifically.
Yeah, no, we don't comment on processes with other partners. Right. And yeah, sure.
So, when Ken first shared that they were looking at this partnership, I did my own research. And I think one of the things that really gave me a lot of comfort and excitement was the focus on financial wellness. This has been a focus of the city of Akron for a long time, going back to the last administration and the establishment of our Financial Empowerment Center with United Way Summit Medina. And the fact that this is something that, we have been working on through city government and is kind of a pillar of the work of 717 was something that really struck a chord for us.
Jim's got the hard assignment.
Keep it going.
Yeah, it's good. I'm getting my workout in. Yeah.
It's like Wayland.
It's obviously unusual to buy naming rights for a stadium in a city you don't have a location in yet. So can you share a little bit more about where specifically you guys are looking to expand and how much Akron will be a part of that?
Yeah, thank you. We're looking to put, like I said, a total of 12 branches between Canton and the tip of Cleveland. We are, next year we'll be opening up branches in Aurora, Stowe, and Streetsboro, and we are looking at 3 locations right now in Akron. So we hope to have 3 locations in Akron, and then we'll kind of fill in the gaps between Akron and Canton as well.
I can. If you do become part owner of the Tampa Bay organization, would that affect your relationship with the RubberDucks?
Yeah, I can't comment on anything related to the Tampa transaction. Obviously, that's all under confidentiality and not something, unfortunately, I can speak about today. Thank you for your question, though.
Can you speak a little bit to what the team and the organization will get out of this deal aside from the name? I know you can't talk about the financial details, but what can you tell us about what investments you'll be able to make, what other things we can expect to see in the city with financial empowerment or at the team itself?
I think we could probably both answer. Do you want to go first? Yeah, it's a good question.
Yeah, so 717, I'm going to start by just saying our mission, which is to help people live better lives financially and supporting the communities we serve. So with that, we have two measurements of that mission over the between now and 2030. The first measurement of that is that we want to reach 10,000 individuals with financial literacy education. The second measure is that we are committing $100 million towards community reinvestment, specifically in the area of quality, affordable housing. So those are two measures that we are bringing to Akron as part of this. And we think that as we focus on our mission, we're going to be engaging with the community in those areas, financial wellness and investments in housing specifically.
I think as Ken put it best, I mean, this gives us the ability to provide affordable family fun. We're able to do the $5 tickets and $2.50 hot dogs. And, in a world where beef prices, suddenly go up, we're not going to change those prices. In a world where it becomes harder and harder with, transportation costs and all the different things that go into it, this allows us to continue to provide affordable family fun, which is what we're all about.
We expect more investment though, aside from keeping things status quo?
Yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job year in and year out to make this ballpark one of the best ballparks in the country. And you think about the different private investments that Ken alluded to. It's now closer to about $18 million that the club has put in, right? But that being said, I mean it's trying to make this ballpark really the epicenter of affordable family fun in downtown Akron. And this ballpark is going to turn 30 years old a year from April, and it doesn't look like it. And it really, we've become stewards of this ballpark to make sure that it's a great place for all of the folks that live in our community and in greater Akron and Northeast Ohio, have a great place to come to spend 3 hours with their family and friends and time that means the most with them. Absolutely.
When I became mayor, Ken said, now you own a ballpark. And obviously I don't personally own a ballpark because that's a lot of legal liability. But obviously the city owns the ballpark and, has the contract with the RubberDucks. And, the city and the RubberDucks have worked collaboratively over the years across 3 administrations to make sure that we have a first-rate ballpark. And so when you look at the new bathrooms, when you look at the seats, when you look at the beautiful video board and all the other parts that really make this a ballpark that doesn't look like it's 30 years old. That's part of it. The partnerships that the RubberDucks pursue really help support that, right? So, and certainly a naming rights partner to me was very exciting, and something that's why I put my tour guide hat on immediately. But it's important to note that there are lots of partners that the RubberDucks have and work with very closely, and corporate partners, absolutely, but also a lot of nonprofit partners. When we have, Heart Association walks here, when we have, other events here, and really make sure this is kind of an epicenter of our downtown. So I think that this is kind of adding jet fuel to the work that the team here is doing.
I think you can say decisively, I think you can say decisively and confidently that the Akron RubberDucks are going to continue to invest in this incredible building, and the city of Akron is going to continue to invest in the building. And the power of that public-private partnership, which has been demonstrated over, many decades now, will continue to thrive and will only be accelerated further from this partnership.
Can you give any details about what accelerated further looks like?
Yeah, I mean, I think I see it in our actions in terms of the last few years. You know, we could have left the old video board in. It still worked. We wanted better. We could have replaced the LED video board in left field with a board like we had before. I think, nearly tripled the size of it. Went with a larger video board. You know, constantly trying to improve the building. The mayor was in office for no more than 12 hours, and I was already calling him asking about a renovation to the bathrooms. It's literally, he said, that's the first call you're calling me about, is to talk about the urinals, right? So the truth of the matter is, it's a real team effort between the city and the RubberDucks to continue to make this place look as great as it does. That's been happening for decades, and I've no doubt that will continue because of the great partnership that we have with the city. And thanks to John and his team, we're just able to do more of that.
I'm just trying to get more of what that more is.
Yeah.
Do you have
Yeah.
expectations planned?
We always lean in and try and announce different improvements to the facility over time, as we have with the video board and the suites and the duck club and the championship club downstairs. So we're the bathrooms. We're always trying to make improvements. We're not talking through specifics over the next few years here this morning.
For the three facilities in Akron that 717 is planning to create, can you talk a little bit about timeline for that, John, and in which neighborhoods across the city those might be located?
Yeah, so the specific areas of the city that we're looking at is in the Wallhaven area, the Ellet area, downtown. Timeline, we hope to have a presence downtown prior to opening day next season. And as we find the locations in other areas, we're balancing the timeline to open with having the best location. And some of those locations require a little bit longer timeline because they could be ground up construction. So with that, the best locations that we're looking at might be a little bit longer of a timeline, but we want to definitely have a presence by opening day.
I got another one for John. Just why is this the right moment for you guys to expand? Why, to do a naming rights deal? Why you've been around for a while, as you mentioned.
Yeah. Well, I'll talk about the right moment in a second, but I'll talk about the right partner first. And one of the things that's really important to me is to establish partnerships with organizations or people that have shared values. And when we took a tour of the stadium and we saw the community engaged in the games here and the families coming together, that really is important for us. And that the concept of affordable family fun, right? Our entire kind of thing that 717 is about is building stronger communities. And that's what the Akron RubberDucks is about. So that there was a lot of alignment right there. The right timing for us is as 717 embarks on expanding into this market between now and 2030, having a platform like the Akron RubberDucks to share our mission and our vision and what we think banking with purpose looks like. We couldn't find a better partner than the Akron RubberDucks to do that. And so it really ties in with our timing and our desire to expand into the market. Jim's supposed to be answering these questions.
The first investment we're going to make is a new microphone stand. That's going to be the biggest thing we do. So to answer your question, Earl. And any other questions?
I've got another one.
Sure.
Sorry. Is there any financial incentive to the city, or is this all going to the stadium team?
Yeah, the agreement that the city and the team has is that we're always both making improvements to the facility. So the city has its fair share of lease obligations, of which, by the way, the city does a fabulous job of leaning up when we call. The team has its obligations for its club spaces. To be totally candid, both parties have continued to do that in good faith and will continue to. And this agreement just creates more wherewithal for both parties to continue to invest. Yeah.
So we can also get you a copy of the city RubberDucks contract that kind of covers naming rights and also covers many other things too. It's a very long agreement, pretty complex. The one piece that I want to add here is just that it is a partnership, right? And so this does need to go through approval to city council, but this is something where Ken and I, in particular, our service department team, have worked very closely around what the investments are in this building, and this is something where how do I say this in a respectful way? These conversations are not always smooth in other cities across the country, and you only have to look a little bit further around our community to see that, and yet. I think here we have found a way, again, over several decades to work collaboratively, and we're excited to continue with that. So, to me, this is very exciting. It's a great day for the city of Akron. It's a great day for the Akron RubberDucks. It's a great day for 717. I want to thank John for 717 becoming a part of the Greater Akron Chamber of Commerce. I think their voice is going to be helpful as we continue to expand and build on the partnerships that we have, opportunities across our community. So we're very excited about this.
Mayor, what's the timeframe for going before city council?
We're still scheduling that. I would anticipate that probably by the end of October, but again, we're still scheduling that.
And just because we're talking about investment in the city of Akron, to reiterate, 717 is, it's two investments. One, we have a significant investment that we're putting into our branch footprint. And over the next 5 years with our branch expansion, we anticipate that we're going to invest over $50 million into infrastructure and programming for our branches. And that's hitting the city of Akron and the greater region here over between now and 2030. But also, our investment in housing, which is something that we announced as we announced our 2030 strategic plan. It's $100 million into community reinvestment, and Akron is getting half of that, right? $50 million of our Northeast Ohio commitment is coming into the Akron area, and that's important for us. Housing for us is the epitome of community. It's what brings people together, and having home ownership is incredibly important for any community, but it's something that's incredibly important to 717. So we think those are two really big investments that's being driven here to Akron, and this partnership is a catalyst for that.
So not to just bore all of you tremendously, but I think the focus on housing is also really apt. Recently, we had the announcement of the new Trailhead nonprofit and foundation that's going to result from the SUMA sale. And at the listening session that we had at the main library, some of you were there, housing was really one of the key things that almost every nonprofit agency that spoke there referenced as kind of a basic building block, right? It's hard to maintain a steady job if you're not sure where you're sleeping at night. It's hard to get a good education if you don't know where you're putting your head down at night. And we know that that's, a challenge for way too many of our students here in Akron. And so their focus, John's focus and 717's focus there is particularly apt. And our planning and economic development teams of the city are already meeting with 717 and kind of discussing some of the mechanics of how we can support their work. So really excited to see where that goes from here. And I believe it will have a tremendous impact on our community, and appreciate the voice that they are giving to this critical issue.
And not to just be all theoretical on like our commitment, I'll give you a real concrete example. 717 does not charge fees for our mortgages when you finance your home to purchase that you're purchasing with 717. So there's no documentation, underwriting, processing fees. There's also no appraisal or title insurance fees. And so on a home of about $130,000 to purchase, that saves a borrower around $3,500 in traditional fees. And that's something that we do because we believe that housing is so critical. And it's not part of our $100 million commitment. It's just part of what we do. It's part of who we are. We feel it's one barrier to home ownership that doesn't need to stand. And so we're breaking that barrier down. And that type of programming is coming here to Akron.
All right, any final questions? All right, thank you everyone for being here. We appreciate it. We'll be available one-on-one if there's any other further questions. Other than that, thanks for being here, and we can't wait to open the doors to 717 Credit Union Park here in April 2nd. So
Congratulations.
Sir?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We do it here. Yeah. Sort of the waters and things like that.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Appreciate it.
being here.
There you go. Yeah.